How you doing, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I am installing laminate flooring on my own house. So I want to do this for a while because we've got old timber floors. It's a bit damaged, so can't really sand it. So yeah, we're doing some laminate timber, and let's have a look at what I got. So here's the timber. It's aqua waterproof, so it's a good quality one. This is the color. It's actually main teak. So that's the one we are installing, and I'll show you where we're installing it. Alright, so this is the entrance, and you can see we've got the old flooring, pretty common for older houses. So this is what we're going to be covering up, underlay. I'm going to take all the skirtings off, but we're going to go through here and into the lounge room. Got to move all this stuff, it's going to be terrible, all the way into the kitchen. So yeah, it's an old house, but we're slowly going to start doing it up. First things first is I've got to take all this skirting off, store it, label it so I can paint it and put it back on. So yeah, so we're going to start our run here. I'm going to go pretty much center or a little bit off. I'm going to go that way to get that done, and this will be an easier job. I'm just going to go under the stairs as well, which will be interesting. Alright, I'm going to set you guys up. I'm going to take the skirtings off. I'm not going to do all the skirting. I'm just going to do the area I'm working just to get started. Alright, just got this side off because I'm going to be starting about here and I'm going to be going that way. So I just got this off. What I'm going to do probably now is give it a quick vacuum. It's a bit dirty. And start underlay and then the flooring. And I'll also show you some tips and things that I've learnt when doing flooring. Alright, I have the first run down. We don't worry about getting it lined up with anything or straight, because we need to interlock maybe 3 rows so it's a solid piece, and then we can measure from maybe the back wall there and here, or even this wall here, measure off, and that's how we get it straight. I'll just show you an important tip. When you are installing these, grab from 2 different boxes at the same time and use it like that, so it's different batches. It just looks better because sometimes there's slight differences, but if it's mixed, it looks fine. But you just don't want to use one box completely, next box, because then it can start to have a pattern. You don't want a pattern. That's actually important. And also, whenever you look, just have a quick look around the sides, because I just picked this one up. I had a look around the sides, and then I found this one. Bit of a chip there. This one can be used because maybe we'll have a piece we've got to cut that off and throw that away, so keep them. But it's also good to know. Also, this box, when it got delivered, the strap was there. A couple of these are cracked. I don't know if the flooring is, but the tongues are, so we're going to keep that for later as well. So a couple of tips to know, but yeah. And another tip that you'll probably see a lot of people, or a lot of flooring, the mistake is with these cross joints, you want the next one to either finish 300mm behind or above, or more. Go more than 300mm. We just don't want it too close. It can't be too close. and that's the manufacturer's specifications, 300mm or more. So this next piece, I might even just cut it in half, or it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to to meet the criteria of 300mm. So this one, I could cut it 400mm there, have a piece 400mm finish there and start. Cut it here, cut it here. I don't even measure it. I just literally just cut it wherever I want for this next one, and then it'll work out. It just needs to be randomized and staggered, but a minimum of 300mm from the cross joints. So yeah, I'm gonna go get a board, cut it maybe wherever, and start this run. Now with that offcut, or keep those, always keep them, because you never know when you're going to need them. So it's always good to just keep those. Alright, I got two down almost all the way. A couple of things that are new with these ones. When I was putting these in, they weren't sitting down right. I'm like, there's something's got to be wrong. So I looked up the installation guide and it says you need to get a rubber mallet head in. So that's something to note. Some floorings have different installation guides. Need a rubber mallet. So that's fine. I did that and it looks great. So what I want to do, because I'm lazy, sorta, I want to put a full board here. I don't want to start cutting yet. So I want to put a full board here, which means I'm going to actually move this over a bit so I can allocate enough room to put a full board. So I can go another full board, and then it'll be cutouts there. So I'm going to move this over a bit, and then that'll be 3 rows, and it'll be pretty straight then, all locked in. Then we can start measuring it and adjusting the left and right and making sure it's dead straight. So when we come to the other wall in the future, we don't have a big skewed piece like going from 10mm to 200mm. That would look terrible. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to move it over a touch and install another one. Alright, so this is what I'm doing. To get this parallel with that wall, I've measured out from where it is now, just to see where it is, 1100 there as well. So now, this laser is parallel with those flooring. So now, measure from the laser to the wall, there and here, can't go here, go there, and if this line is parallel, then that's parallel. If it's a little bit, we need to adjust it, we'll move it this way, but I'm okay with a couple mil out because these older houses, it's not going to be perfect, but that's what I've done. So I'm going to quickly measure it and we're going to see how we are. Alright, just measured it at that point up there. It was 43.75. So down here, I've measured 4371, 4370, 5 mil. 5 mil out on that wall, which is actually pretty good. So probably come here might be 8 mil total. You won't notice that at all, especially with these wide boards. And where this is sitting now, lengthways, is really good. Sitting under there, we have a 10 mil gap, which is what you need. 10 mil gap, and this is sitting perfectly. So I'm actually gonna, we don't screw it down because it's floating floor, but I'm gonna put some weights on here. So when I'm working in there and pushing against to clip them in, it won't move. So where it is now is perfect. So we kind of got lucky there, no movement. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna set you guys up, a little time lapse, and I'm gonna just crack on. Before I set you up and I just crack on with it, just want to show you this cutout and how I do it. We're coming this way and we need to do a cutout event here. So we can't start up where we were starting. So we have to sort of decide where we want this joint to be. So we've decided it's going to be here, and that's where I put this scrap piece. The scrap piece is there just to give me the perfect spacing and so I can measure easily. So if I want to measure this way, this scrap piece is in line with this piece I'm going to use. This is the cutout. So I can just measure, okay, this was 300, I could just go 300 here. And we can sort of see, we'll take all of our measurements from there, from this one, and we just transfer it onto here. So I've got it pretty much figured out. Like, here's my measurements. Good thing about this one is I can push it under this, so we don't have to be too liberal. We don't have to be too accurate with like getting it 5 mil under the original skirting and stuff. So here we're just going to rip that straight, cut this straight with a jigsaw, put it in, slide it back, and then we're going to go that way, which will be harder because it's not the correct way to go, but we're going to go that way with pieces, and then this way we can continue with the other cutout. This is the slowest part. It will take forever, not forever, it's the longest part, and yeah, I'm going to get this cutout, install it, and crack on. Alright, this is what I got to today. Did literally the hardest part of the whole house. Got it done, did the cutouts. Always happy to have little gaps here because it all gets caulked eventually, so that's fine. But yeah, the hardest part was coming this way, going this way, and then when they meet in the middle, like theoretically measurements are perfect of the boards, all laser 100%, but even a quarter of a mil over a couple of boards can stuff it up. But we ended up coming this way, joining perfectly. So we're good now. And tomorrow, because I'm done today, tomorrow I want to go this way, all the way to the lounge room and into the kitchen. That should be a lot easier. There's not as many intricate cuts. So that's me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Getting there. Just came across something that could help you guys if you ever do it. So this next cutout would be around this wall, but then you would need a slither cutout to go between this. So to install that, it'd be very difficult because you have to slide it in, drop it down, but I don't think you could even do that, to be honest with you. So here's a tip. Up here, we started the second row, we'll take that out. This is the little piece that we had. So this is what you'll do. You'll grab a tape measure, and where we want this board to finish, let's say center of this. So we'll say 120 is perfect. So what we do is with this piece up here, we change this piece out and make a piece that is 120 bigger. So that's 130 plus 120, so 250. So if we get a piece that's 250 bigger, that will push this all the way up, and only this one will need a little cutout this way for it to slide and finish there. So then when you put this one in, you'll be able to slide it in and the joint will be here. That's going to make it save us so much time to do that. I don't even think we'll be able to do it this way. So just thinking ahead, trying to make it a bit easier. But yeah, that's a little tip. Yeah, and you also got to remember if you're adding a piece here, then that means this joint's going to move up. So you got to make sure that this is still going to be fine. So let's have a look at this now. We are roughly 420. We had 120, we're at 300. That's still within our range of 300 between the cross straights. So we're still good. So yeah, we're going to take these two boards out, take all this out, replace this piece with a piece 120 longer, install them all, do the cutout, and then once this is cut out, we can do this whole room without having to go any more this way. So that's a little trick for you. But yeah, that's cool. All right, I'm going to do exactly that, and you're going to watch. Alright, I might stop the video there because I'm not going to be able to get that done today, and the next couple of days I've got actual work to do, not just my homework. So I think we've done alright. This looks so much better. Got a lot of jobs at this property, my property, so yeah, we're going to be doing a fair bit here. So stay tuned and subscribe if you like. We're also going to do upstairs, which is a lot smaller. It's about a day's work, I reckon, but I might take you up there now and we can have a look at it. So these are the stairs. We're going to be putting flooring on top of the stairs, but this will be the last thing because they creak and I've got to fix them from creaking. Alright. We just got up here as well. So that's the next stuff. So if you like that video, please consider subscribing and you'll see part 2, which is upstairs. And yeah, there's a few things I'll do in this house. Doors, handles, we're just doing renovation, but taking it slow because I live here, so we've got to go slow. But yeah, got plenty of these left. So yeah, we're good. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next.